Today we're going to make some I-cord. This one happens to be from my leprechaun, leggy leprechaun. That's his legs. And that's what it's going to look like when you're finished. Now I have the French knitting tool. It comes with this little stick. I prefer this one that I got at Hobby Lobby. A loom pick tool. It's only $1.99 and it even comes with a needle. Okay. Now the first thing you're going to do is you're going to do a slip knot. But it has to be long enough, the tail has to be long enough to come through the bottom. Because you're going to pull on that as you go. So I've got my slip knot. And just to make it easier, I thread it into the yarn needle and I go through the center and pull it. Now this tail you're going to pull as you go to keep pulling the piece tight. You put that slip knot on one of your pegs. Now there are all different kinds. Mine is a 4 peg. They make them in 5, 6, 10. I think there's even a 12. Okay. First step. You're going to do an E-loop. And then you're going to do another E-loop around that one. Another one around that one. Another one around that one. So you're all the way around and you have made an E-loop above the first mark, above the first slip knot. Then just use that pick and slip it over. Then you're going to do the same thing. Make your E-loops all the way around. And grab that bottom one. Mine are a little bit tight, so it's hard to sometimes grab it, but I like it to be tight. Grab it, the bottom one, pull it up over the top one. Grab the bottom, pull it over the top one. And that's where you're going to grab your tail and pull it down. That pulls the work down into the center. And then you just keep going. 4 E-loops. And then slip it over 4 times. Or however many pegs you have. Just make one complete circle. Then tug on that tail a little bit to pull it down. And you're just going to keep going. To make this as long as you want it. And then tug on it a little bit. It's going to start to grow and come out the bottom. Now as you wind your, I have 4, however many you have, you go all the way around. And then, I forgot to mention, you need to hold that piece down. And this round I'm going to do with the pick that came with it, which is still doable. It's just, for me, it's a preference to use the pick. But this one is plastic, so it bends a little bit as you use it. Just a little bit to help you get under that loop. And tug on it a little bit, and it keeps growing. Now, I have about 3.5 inches of work done here. So that's going to be his arm. So I'm going to fasten it off. So what you do is cut a piece, and I'm going to cut it long because I want to use the same piece to sew it on. I don't like using too many pieces. And then thread that piece into your yarn needle. And then just thread the needle through that peg and pull it up. And then loop on this peg. And that came off by itself. You're just going to thread it through every loop on every peg until you get to the last one. And that'll come off. And you pull it out, and there is your I-cord.